Hello and welcome in to part 3 of our Airport CEO playthrough. I am Miss Kinghorn and today we are going to be working on the aircraft side of our airport. Last time we left off we had just placed the small aircraft stands and now we are working on our runway for them in here. So 3 different options of a small, medium and large. We've gone for a small here, and then there are lots of entrance and exit ramps for our aircraft in there. We're going to go for the straightforward ones in there, and they have different angles and different obviously options. There's also the ability to have them in asphalt, also in concrete, and I do believe there's also a grass option as well, but that's not what we are going to be doing today. So I'm now running the taxiways all the way around, so that just links up our stands and the runways, and then place that in there so it's all connected through, and then we are going to connect all of those little dots, as you can see, up in there so that they come to the aircraft stands, and there with our taxiway path. This is the path that the planes will follow, and run that all the way along, and you can see how it is now turned blue because now our aircraft can access that in there and do a big loop there and connect all of these up to the little dots over there. Now with the taxiways, depending on the size of the plane that you want to use that taxiway, you will need to increase it depending obviously on the size, but best way to use to work out what size it is if you use your taxi or runway ramps, have a look at the size of those, and then you can work out the size in there. Aircraft tower, control tower, 3 different sizes again. You'll probably find most things in this game have about 2 or 3 different sizes, small, medium and large. I have gone for a small here, and we're just going to cover that in asphalt to make it look a little bit more in keeping with what we have around the airfield. Right then, switching that on, runway on, so that we allow general aviation to use in there. All of those have now magically switched themselves on. So now, although we are in Sandbox in this game, we do need to have a contractor on site, so we are going to hire one of those, and we are just going to switch it on to allow for 1. So there will only be 1 contractor on site because we have automatic build on, but obviously depending on what you're playing with, obviously that will change depending. But our aircraft, they have now arrived, so we can move on and open our actual airport in there in the operations tab, and then we'll allow general aviation. This is now where we're going to find 5 aircrafts need to land at our airfield. So we have all of the stands set up, all that will come in there for them nicely. And now we are going to be focusing on our access for our staff members and for all of the vehicles that need to be able to access the aircraft side of our airport. So we are going to firstly build a small little gate, which we're going to place just around about here, so it is pretty close to the edge of that building in there, and we're going to be using the maintenance roads so that they all connect through, and obviously there is an access for them. Now we're going to be moving just the deliveries and then the contractors' entrance and their parking, so that we can remove that section up there. Now that is going to be important space later on, but for now we will leave that bit empty. So we have our entrance in there, and we're now going to go and get some fuel. Now there's 2 different types of fuel that we use in airports, and we're going to get both of those set up now. Although it doesn't say we need to now, it's always good when you're doing it to actually put both of them in, at least I find to. But then everybody plays these games differently. So you have the small AGUS and you also have the medium, I guess, fuels. So we're just going to place those just in one of those there, and then we're going to have a little tank as well next to that, and we're also going to have the jet fuel. Now these become a little bit more important later on, but we're also going to have a tank for those as well in there, covering all of this again in asphalt, so it's all in keeping. More road needed along the side here. We'll use the rest of that space up later on, but now we are going to get a vehicle hangar. So this is just for vehicles to come in, and there's a nice little storage area for them in there, and tuck that out of the way. Now we need to get some contracts, or get some vehicles, sorry, and contracts for our fuel. So we're going to order some of those, depending on different sizes. There's different, they carry different amounts and things like that, so always read those through and check them. And you can see the vehicles arriving now, and we are now going to get that contract for our fuel. There's 3 different choices. Zip fuel, always read these through to make sure you are getting the best price. Avion fuel, and it is looking like we are going to be getting that one, so we're going to assign that contract in there, and then they will come along and fill those up. But we are going to switch those on as well, so enable the fuel services in there. Right, now that we have got all of that set up and we are waiting for our aircrafts to come in and be refueled before they head out, let's head inside and we can work on a little bit of the interiors. So we're going to switch all of these off. I use the shortcuts all along the bottom from X down to B in there, just to switch each of those off. And we are going to just place some little seating in so that our guests don't get tired when they are waiting for their plane in there. And I've established that we don't have enough space for 5 of those, so I think we'll probably just go with the 4 and have a little bit of a walkway along the back there. But we're going to get in some boarding gates in there. There's different options: small, self-boarding, and medium in there, and switching those around. We're just going to make sure we get those in the right place, and all the way up for each of the gates. Alright then. Now that we've got those set up, let's get back to our seating. Again, we'll probably be changing the colours of all of this before next week, but I'll do that off stream, as we established last time how we did all of those. So we're just gonna put those in there and follow all of the same sort of pattern all the way up in there. Now we have refueled 5 of those. Now we're going to try and just get these gates to all work in so that we can get a contract with an airline in there. And the last one into there. Alright then. So we are going to refuel 5 aircrafts. I do believe that's the only one. Now, general aviation doesn't take off over at night. They require the daytime to do that. But we are going to access this little walkway section at the back here. We're going to put a walking escalator in there. And one on that side, and we're going to spin it around so that we also have one on the other side. Right then, they are the 2 walking escalators in there. One will go to the left and one will go to the right. There's plenty of space in between if your guests would like to walk themselves in there. And we have now leveled up to a regional airport. We need to have a look at some heat maps. Now they are in the bottom yellow box down here. Lots of different options for you to have a look at through there. Always a good way to work out where people would walk and where they can access the airport. Now we are going to be building a staff room. We're going to do that at the back here behind security. This is probably a good place to have it. And there we'll also probably building some toilets as well. But for now, I think we're going to wrap this up here. So if you have liked what I have been building up here and you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, or subscribers are very much welcome. If you have liked this video, then please give it a like and comment down below. Always appreciated, at least to see if people are enjoying the content I am producing for you. But you can also follow me on Twitch, where I'm at MISSKINGHORNBUILDS. You can also join me over on Twitter, where I'm at MISSKINGHORN, or you can even join my Discord, which is the MKB Build Center. But all of the links are in the description down below. But until next time, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all again really, really soon. But until then, bye everyone!